I got another video for y'all. This is Spouse House Season 1, Episode 5. Let's get into it. So, the couples meet up with the experts, and the experts just ask them about their relationship or whatever. When they get to Chris and Misty, Misty is like, I got a glimpse of what Chris will be like with kids, because last night when Lil Lance wanted to say something, he conveyed his message through Chris, and he could have done that with anybody in the room. And immediately, Brianna burst out into tears, and I said, oh my God. Like, as foolish as you want to look, I wish you looked foolish in private, opposed to looking foolish in public and giving him the luxury of knowing you're hurting. Hell, every time we gather together, you say you still like this nigga. Stop giving him ammo. So afterwards, Chris did what we all knew he was going to do and try to be the good guy and tell Brianna she's an amazing woman. But of course, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. So in the end, Brianna decides she's going to leave, and it's bittersweet. It's bitter because Brianna's a good person. You know she wants to find somebody, and she's a real deal lover for real. But she's just traumatized and damaged from her past. But it's sweet because I couldn't watch her make a goddamn fool out of herself anymore. Yo, I knew it was over when she was in her confessional talking about potentially proposing to this nigga. And I swear to God, right hand on the Bible, I swear for God, if she would have proposed to that nigga, I would have been done. This would have been the first show I would have voluntarily stopped watching. Because I couldn't, y'all. I couldn't bear. A man can only take so much. So when Brianna says she's gonna leave, she was like, this isn't a good environment for me, which is true. Then Chris goes in a good guy mode and he's like, a piece of me will always be with you. The fuck does that even mean? What the hell is he talking about? No. A piece of you will be nowhere near me when you get married. Then Misty said around everyone, not in her confessional, around everyone, that Brianna was holding her and Chris back. Nothing can hold your marriage back except for you and your partner. If he was really into you fully, Brianna wouldn't have to leave for you to feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Or you shouldn't feel threatened by her here. Nia was in her confessional like, I don't like Misty because I think she's happy that Brianna's leaving. She literally just said that. You don't have to think. We don't have to make a hypothesis. There is no inference. She literally just said that. So Darren completes Operation Embarrass a Black Woman on Love reality TV. She was like, oh, we're opposites, so it's just figuring that out. And Darren was like, in terms of marital connection, I don't see that with you. Like, you could have said that shit in private. Don't put her on the spot. It's not like nobody gives a fuck about y'all's story anyway. You know what I'm saying? Except for me. But I'm talking about in terms of like just the average viewer and hell, even the editor. You barely see Darren until a new woman comes in. So Ben and Ashley end up getting evicted from the spouse house. And to me, that's unfair because they just got here. I understand that they aren't ready to get married, but there's some OGs in here that's still not ready. Like, that's not fair for the newbies to barely have a chance and then to leave the OGs here and they've been in this bitch and they still not ready. When they get back from a limb, Ashley Lawrence says, I get Ashley going home, but Ben was here for the right reasons. Why don't you marry him, Ashley Lauren? Like, what the fuck? You knew that nigga for like a week. You know what I'm saying? How can you say he was here for the right reason and Ashley wasn't? You know what I'm saying? And that's hard to decipher anyway, who was here for the right reason and who wasn't, because y'all all coupled up. So by the time these people come in here, they only got one option. Only being with one person. Like, Ashley could only be with Darren, and if not, go home. Ben could only be with Brianna. If not, go home. You know what I'm saying? The rest of y'all are on lockdown. So it's hard to decipher that anyway. How can you say that? But of course, she ended up exposing herself, talking about, oh, that's my friend, that's my buddy. Shut the fuck up. You want to be extra. You want more camera time. Fuck out of here. 3 new singles are coming in. Another Ashley. Damn, are y'all in the search for Ashley's? Scott and Isabella. Tom goes on a date with Ashley K and they painted and they vibing or whatever. And afterwards they cut to Ashley Lauren, who's going out on a date with Scott, which seems to look like they chilling. They not really getting into too much. Scott asked her, what does she look for in a husband? She gonna look around and look under the chair and be like, oh, look, it's a squirrel. Like, girl, come on. Bitch, be for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, if I'm Scott, I'm done. I ain't finna put up with this childish ass shit. I ain't even finna waste my time. It's apparent that you still interested and you still think about Tom, but just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't waste her time. You don't got to be disrespectful and not answer the questions I'm asking you. Like, what did I do to deserve this? I'm just here trying to find somebody like you are. We don't even got to waste our time. We don't have to take this date further if you just say you're interested in Tom. But I'm sitting over here asking you questions and you sitting over here looking at a goddamn squirrel. Then it's like you doing all this shit whole time on the other end. This nigga Tom didn't think about you once on his date with Ashley K. This nigga pictured his whole future and his whole life with old girl. Wasn't no combativeness, wasn't no fight, wasn't nothing. They was easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. When Isabella and Darren going on their date, Darren is enjoying himself, but he says that this is new to him because he's only dated black women. Have you? I don't know. Like, of course, I don't know Darren personally, but just judging off the show, I would have never guessed. Like, you said the two black Ashleys was your type, along with the white woman and the Mexican. And not saying the fact that you have multiple different types mean that you couldn't have only dated one kind of woman, even though that would make sense. Because some people have the exception rule, which is like, yeah, black women are my type, but damn, that Latina is one of the baddest heifers on the floor. Damn, that white girl is one of the baddest heifers on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't even like that. Then also, when it came to the two black Ashleys, I ain't feel no type giddiness there, no type excitement. Hell, not even no effort for real for them. And when you saw them, the most you said was they was cute. But you saw Isabella, she walked in, he talking about some, oh, from the moment I saw her, it was an instant connection. What? So then they go to the batting cages. They have a little date. And they feel the connection towards each other, that instant connection that Darren spoke about. And then she said, my family might not accept him because he's black. And I said, oh, don't worry, because those are the type niggas that like white girls. So they're going to go even harder now to make this work. Instead of putting that effort in to just getting a black woman. Hell, you don't even got to get a black woman. Just get a white woman that accepts you. A white woman who's at least dated a nigga before. Not one concerned that this ain't gonna work because you're a black man. But don't worry, niggas like those kind of white girls, and he's gonna work overly hard and put all that effort into her instead of putting that effort elsewhere, putting half the effort, a quarter of the effort elsewhere. He's going to work and work for that approval. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't even want to be put in that environment. Like, y'all niggas are braver than me. I don't even want to be put in that type of environment. Like, if I'm in an environment to where I'm comfortable, like, even if they do happen to say I'm one of the good ones, which don't ever fucking say that shit to me. But even if you happen to tell me that I'm one of the good ones, I still don't want to be in a fucking environment where I'm the only black person. You could even give me a whitewashed black person. I might take that too as well. You know what I'm saying? But for me to be the only black person around and walk in the room and be I don't even feel comfortable with that. I don't do that shit with nobody. No tight friends, no nothing. Like, don't know. I don't play those kind of games. So that was that. In the end, Misty and Chris end up getting into a disagreement because she says that she was never going to vaccinate her kids. And Chris said, he is going to vaccinate his kids. So they're like, wait, everything was going so well. And this is the thing holding us back. And they got to the experts and said that shit. And Chris was like, the experts was like, oh, so the vaccine is the reason why you guys aren't willing to get married. And Chris was like, yeah. I was like, no, the reason you guys aren't getting married is because Chris is a pussy. That's just what it comes to. And I hate to do this. I really do, because I don't want to speak on people that I don't know, and I'm literally making guesses and hypotheses and inferences. But I mean, it has to be said, because it's like, Chris, let's be for real. You was never gonna marry her. This nigga Chris even said in his confessional, fuck a hypothesis, fuck a inference. That nigga Chris literally said in his confessional that he was okay with Misty proposing to him. This nigga had no intentions. Trust me, a nigga with intent to marry you that would never cross his mind, you proposing to him. Like, let's be fucking serious right now, bruh. Then not only that, Brianna been out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Brianna been gone. If you was really, if that was holding you back, like Misty said, y'all would have got proposed as soon as that shit happened. Or y'all would have been ready this upcoming week. They not even talking like they ready to be married. Because Chris is on a slow ride. That's why I said, get his ass up out of here. Instead of getting Ben up at it, Ben didn't even have the opportunity. He was sitting there fighting for Brianna, and Brianna was still trying to suck Chris' dick. So why are we, what are we... You know what I'm saying? How we going whoop Ben's ass and we just completely bypass and skip over Chris? Talking about some, yeah, the vaccine is... No, you guys aren't getting married because you don't want to, Chris. You made your decision a long time ago. What are we waiting on? People have went home because of your bitch ass. Granted, if I'm Tom, Tom should be getting his ass married too. And I'm not even going to talk about the little shit that they got into because I don't give a fuck what they're talking. Tom just, I don't even want to get into it, y'all. Look at you, sum it up just real quick. So, of course, when Ashley K came back, she started talking about their date. And then she was like, oh, yeah, Ashley Lauren is combative. You don't need that. I'm cool. And then Ashley Lauren was sitting there eavesdropping on the conversation. And she came in and she was like, oh, well, I get you like him, but don't talk about me. Like, well, wait a minute, bitch. Were you eavesdropping? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more important than anything. Like, and I get what you're saying. Like, don't dirty Mac. It is a part of the game. I hate dirty macking too. But if I ever caught a nigga dirty macking, I would still not interrupt the conversation because I just want to see how motherfuckers is gonna respond and what they gonna say. But that's just me. But yeah, so then once Ashley K leaves, Ashley Lauren and Tom kiss, and Tom's like, see, this is what I've been waiting for you to show me that you cared, and I hate that you had to do... No, you like that she had to do this. Because you never really had interest in Ashley K. Because if you did, then you would have still played the field, but you didn't play the field. You said, oh, this is what I'm waiting for, and you went back in head first. So you should be getting married too, you bitch ass nigga. Ben went home on your dime. The Black Ashleys went home on your dime, nigga. They went home on you and Chris's tab, because both of y'all, nigga, like, don't make me go off on these niggas. Don't make me go off on these niggas tonight, y'all. That's why I said, Chris, the reason Chris not married is not because of this vaccine. Y'all gonna figure some shit out. And marriage is about getting over disagreements and getting over stuff that y'all just can't seem to find a common ground on. That's what this shit's about. And especially like this, like, we have to play a game of what if. Like, I fuck with Missy, and God forbid any of this happens, and I don't want it to happen. But who's to say y'all even have kids? She's 39. She's almost going on 40. Who's to even say y'all have kids? Yeah, y'all want them. But just because y'all want them, that doesn't mean that's going to happen. So we could be having this argument, this disagreement for what? For us to not even have these little motherfuckers potentially? Like, let's just be for real. Let's think. We can't compromise. And literally, they've not had any type, discussion where they didn't agree with each other. So it's like the first time where we have to compromise with each other and we can't do it. And we can't do it. Then you're right. What are we getting married for? But I'm like, for the experts to give Chris that out and be like, oh, is this why you're not married? No, that's not why Chris isn't married. Chris isn't married because he's looking for a reason to not get married. And he's here wasting all of our fucking time, and he has such a punchable face. So in the end, Missy was like, I don't want to lose him for this, but it's just a non-negotiable, so I'm going to go home. And so the experts were like, you're sure you're going to go home? And then the cliffhanger was like what Chris was going to say, but I really don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. You want to know why I don't give a fuck? Because that's what they get. Whether Chris goes with them or not, I don't give... Hey, Chris, this is what you needed. And I hate when people give ultimatums to get in relationship and marriages, but fuck it at this point. Yo bitch ass should be married right now, Chris. So it's either you marry her, you leave with her and pursue this relationship, or you stay and show and prove what I've been saying, which is your bitch ass never wanted to get married and you were never fucking serious. That's why I don't care. You want to know why y'all side don't care? Because y'all were sitting up there licking each other's tongues in front of Brianna. Y'all done made that girl leave because she couldn't handle herself. Seeing y'all make out and seeing y'all be together. Misty's in her confessional saying, oh, that's my man, my man, my man. I win. I got the man. I'm going to be the wife. And look at you. In the end, we don't even know if it's going to happen. That's why I don't give a fuck. Don't forget to like, subscribe, shit, guys, and friends.